Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. In just 2 months after announcing himself at Jamaica's senior athletics trials by winning the 200 meters final, American-born sprinter Andrew Hudson is seemingly caught in the middle of a blame game between two of the country's top sporting bodies. Hudson appeared on Monday's edition of the SportsMax Zone to speak about his exclusion from the Jamaican squad for the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, England, starting on July 28. Here's part of what he said.
Here we have a national champion winning his place on the team fair and square. Isn't it to be expected then that the J3s would automatically submit your name as the competitor, one of the competitors in the 200 for the Commonwealth Games? Is it then that the JOA or World Athletics drew a line through your name and struck you out? Is that what happened?
I think that's what it is. I think JAAA was petitioning for me to be on the team. After the Commonwealth list came out, I think they were in my favor to be on the team. I think it got crossed out at the Jamaican Olympic Association that there was something that they weren't willing to put me on the team.
So all right.
I don't know what that could be.
So here we are. So here's where we have it now. So you're saying that you, based on what you know, it is that the J3s may have put you on the list and the JOA crossed you off the list. That's what your understanding is?
That's what my understanding is as of now, yes.
Following that interview, SportsMax received a statement from the Jamaica Olympic Association insisting that Andrew was not adequately informed. The statement reads, and I quote, "He is totally misinformed. The JOA does not select teams and we do not establish quotas. The Commonwealth Games Federation establishes quotas for all countries in each sport, and the federations which are responsible for the sport are expected to select athletes in compliance with the same. His inquiries are best directed to his federation. He has to be careful of misconceived statements that are being broadcast. Regards." Well, his federation, of course, being the Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association. When we called the offices of the J3As earlier at about 3 p.m. today, we asked to speak with President Garth Gale or any senior executive member. We were told that no one was available to speak with us. So, panel, team, I turn to you. This is the latest update, George. Any information that you would have that you can share with us? Anything new?
Well, yes. I'm looking at a list of athletes submitted by the J3s for the Commonwealth Games. This list does not have Andrew Hudson.
Right.
And I've been made to understand that two subsequent lists, or 3 lists in general, 3 lists to speak of. First list, which I have here in my possession, and 2 subsequent lists, which I haven't seen, but I have been told in good confidence, in good faith, that neither of those 2 lists has Andrew Hudson's name on it. And the one I'm looking at here has, for the 200 meters, the ladies, Shericka Jackson, Natalia White, Elaine Thompson-Hera, and an alternate who has not been named. And the 3 gentlemen are Nigel Ellis, Rashid Dwyer, and Mario Heslop.
Yeah.
So if it is that the J3s did not submit Andrew Hudson's name, then clearly the explanation must come from them, because as the JOA correctly said in its statement,
that's not their job.
It's not in our gift to name athletes, that's the job of the National Federation. Yeah. So we put the question to him yesterday, and he said, based on his information, his name was submitted, and the JOA said no. So I don't know.
So clearly there's a mix-up in the information, Lance.
And the information that we've gotten, George, with the subsequent list to the one that you have, had 2 200-meter entrants, Nigel Ellis and Rashid Dwyer.
Yes.
One of those names, Heslop, is off. So they were down from 3 to 2, and the 2 still not including Hudson, who is the fastest Jamaican so far this year over the distance, by a good distance. Significantly faster, by the way, than Nigel Ellis and Rashid Dwyer.
And Heslop.
And Heslop, Dwyer and Ellis, who are still on the roster based on the information we have. And he was the national champion as well. Yes. So he ticked the boxes, but he doesn't get entered.
But from what I got from Andrew yesterday, it's the JFF that told him that...
J3s.
Sorry, we've been talking about the
Football,
JFF
yeah.
so much.
That's fine.
The J3s told him that his name was on the list and that the JOA took it off.
Well, that's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
Right,
but clearly,
so
but here's the thing now. I think of all the things he said yesterday and of all the things we asked him, perhaps the most important question we asked him was, what was said to you before you came to compete? That's the key.
You asked him that.
Yeah, so did they say to you, all right, Mr. Hudson, your eligibility presents a challenge for you to be named in the World Championship squad? In fact, not even a challenge, that's euphemism. You can't be named for the World Championship squad because you'll be ineligible during the period of competition. But you become eligible from July 28th. But, so if you come and you compete and you win the title or you finish in the qualification places, you will get, based on that, you'll be eligible. It's not automatic. You'll be eligible for selection to the Commonwealth Games team.
Yes.
And that's the key thing again, eligibility. So, you can't, I don't think you can go to court and press to say, well, look, I won a national title, therefore I must be picked, because it is still a job for a selection panel to sit and pick based on who finished in the qualifying places, and then other factors are added to satisfy eligibility requirements, and then you are named. So I think that maybe the problem stems from Andrew Hudson being badly advised or misinformed at the point where he was coming to compete before he even ran the first heat at the National Stadium.
Yeah, I still think, though, George and Mariah, that given the fact that this story has been in the public domain since yesterday, 24 hours and more, counting, and the JOA felt that they needed to say something to clear the air as far as they're concerned,
yes,
I think the onus is on the J3s to say something as well. Because as the story now stands, it makes their position look very dodgy. And if I were in their position, I would want to make a public statement to get the public to understand what my position is. Because at the moment, they look to be a party that needs to be blamed.
Yeah, the thing is this though. You know what could happen? Maybe the J3s has not spoken yet because it is trying to work out just what line was used to communicate to Andrew Hudson. Maybe it is that someone from the J3 spoke to him, but that person wasn't authorized to tell him that you will be, or you become eligible for selection to the Commonwealth Games team. So he went with information from someone at the level of the J3s and said, oh, the J3s says so and so and so and so, when really and truly the J3s didn't say that because, well, we didn't agree that this is going to be the communication to Mr. Hudson.
At the end of the day, though, I would like to know if it is still possible for him to be included in the team. I'm not sure if the deadline to enter the team has passed. So I would hope that there is still a possibility for him to be put into the team, because he needs to be in the team. If you look at the situation as it now stands and all the information that we have, he has earned his place in the team. So I would hate to think that it is a lost cause.
But can he be picked though? Because remember, the reason the JOA and the J3As have been going at it is because of the size of the contingent and the need to pare it down. Because if we go by the lists, the original one that I have, the subsequent two, one is bigger than the other, one is smaller than the other, is smaller than the other. So it keeps. So I don't know who will get squeezed out now.
But I'm just saying, George, if you have three names, let's put Hudson in there, and Ellis and Dwyer are already there.
Who are slower than Hudson this season.
Who are significantly slower than Hudson this season.
Hudson has to go.
And were beaten by Hudson in the national trials.
Hudson has to go.
I would suggest that Hudson shouldn't be the one being left out.
For sure.
Well, at this point, we're going to still keep trying with the J3As to hear what the explanation is, because there needs to be some sort of explanation. Continuing now, the Commonwealth Games will be held from July 28 to August 8 in Birmingham, England, and will be live on SportsMax. As we go to the break, let's meet one of the Caribbean teams expected to feature among the medals in Birmingham, the Sunshine Girls.
Hello guys, we are the Sunshine Girls and we are ready for Birmingham 2022!
Hi, my name is Shamira Sterling and I play netball and I am a part of the Sunshine Girls team. Today we are in Kingston, Jamaica at the National Indoor Sports Center, and we'll be training for the Commonwealth Games for 2022. The Sunshine Girls spend 4 days a week training. It's normally court and fitness.
The preparation for Commonwealth currently, as we know, it's a high-stake game, so really and truly we have to ensure that we do our gym sessions, we have to do recovery and also on-court session. The main important thing is ensuring that we have right nutrition and we recover properly, because our body, we do need it on court, so that's probably the main priority.
What drives me to train hard is that I always want to do better, and teams always plan against me when they're coming up against me. My drive is to try and change my game or try and change the game that they expect me to bring, so when they do come up against me, it's a shocker for them. I think what we shine exceptionally well at is that we have a lot of flair, we have a lot of tall players, a lot of things, interception, we have the best shooters, we have the best defenders, we are in everything, stat sheets, we are up there, so it's really good for us.
I think that this team, we have gelled well. We've challenged each other really well in order to get to where we need to be. We're really hard on each other to execute properly, even when it's really hard for us. I reckon that's when we play our best, when we stick together and just play together.
Anybody that comes into our space will have to understand that we are the type of team that will gimmicks you all the way. Whether you want to get vexed or anything like that, we're going to gimmicks you, but you just have to be mentally tough in this space. If I could choose any athlete to play netball, I would definitely choose Usain Bolt, because he is always supporting netball, and the last Commonwealth Games he came to our games just to watch, so I'll definitely pick Bolt on my team.
I'm definitely looking forward to the games. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm definitely looking forward to the games.
So we are like the underdogs that nobody really knows about and nobody really expects us to bring it as much as that, but we always bring it.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.